Splash Brothers in the backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Nurkic, and it's Thibault in at the 3, the small forward. And for Detroit, they've got Joe Ingles. Embiid is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Terry Rozier, and it's Gordon in at shooting guard. Now, here's Rozier. 6 to shoot. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And tonight's game may be won or lost on that front line, Smitty. What makes for an effective front court tandem, do you think?
I think, first of all, if that tandem can switch on pick and rolls, that tandem can shoot the basketball and also make plays somewhat like a guard. But the biggest thing is if they can rebound and able to guard smaller guys, this will make them great.
Interesting. Here's Thibault. Pass to Curry. Now here's Thompson. Kicks to Green. High post, Nurkic. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And last season, a rare 5-by-5 game achieved by Yusuf Nurkic at 4 points, 23 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, Greg, and 5 blocks in a game against the Kings.
And how about the only player ever to log a 20, 25, and 5 game, the Bosnian Beast, making a name for himself.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
Curry passes to Thompson. They kick it out to Green. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. The pass to Embiid. Outside Gordon. Pass to Rozier. 6 on the shot clock. Thompson with the rebound.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul called on the Detroit Pistons.
The Golden State Warriors so great offensively. People forget about their defense. Their length and IQ make them tough to deal with, especially in the playoffs.
In the last couple seasons, Golden State's defense in the regular season slipping off just a bit.
You know what I think what happens is with their elite offense, I think they started to rest a bit more on defense. Also, when you've been to the finals 5 straight years, some coasting can occur. And maybe it's the adrenaline talking, but they're 1 for 4 to start this game. Need to settle down.
Shots good by Green.
Draymond playing a physical game down in the inside, playing through contact.
Passes to Kuzma. Back to Ingles. Rozier against Curry. Detroit, no good that time either.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
Drills it from outside.
And right now, Draymond is just cooking. Immediately firing, having confidence in himself and knowing he can knock that one down.
Now, here's Rozier. Pass to Gordon, and they get it. That shot off, and it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Thompson for 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. They beat the Warriors during their last encounter in San Francisco.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
It's not unusual these days. Teams are more than willing to go deep into that bench to find answers for certain matchups.
High post try. And it's Gordon missing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
1:12 left here in the first quarter. Bowman dash to Waiters. His 3-pointers off the mark. Last outing for the Pistons, it was a loss to the Philadelphia 76ers. Here's Smith. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
A physical player. Even when you hit Smith Jr., he doesn't blink. Wills those shots in.
Bowman passes to Muscala. Over Maker. Muscala hits the bucket.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
And Scott now, top of the key. Back to Smith. Pistons passing it around. On the wing, Eric Gordon. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Terrible shot selection, but you've got to appreciate his confidence.
Now Thompson. To the right side. Bowman. The wing jumper off target. And so it's the Golden State Warriors in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Defense. All the great Golden State Warrior scores. Draymond Green spoke about feeding the hot hand.
I think there are times where
Why not? Green knows that, Greg, if you're in the zone, keep firing.
And with his unselfishness and vision, Green more often than not is the one setting the table.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Warriors' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. Thompson is out there with Chris. Then it's Mike Muscala. Then there's Dion Waiters. And it's Bowman in at the point guard. Gordon inside. He's guarded by Waiters. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Warriors leading by 13. The last summer, Greg, was supposed to be a large courtship for Klay Thompson. The injury, though, kind of changed things in his free agency.
It didn't take long for him to re-sign with the Warriors. I think as soon as the team offered him a max deal, he signed. Looks like the Splash Brothers will be together for quite some time.
You can fall in love with floating around the perimeter. I like it when Maker attacks the rim.
Waiters surveying the D. Eric Gordon with the rebound.
Woo, that's just a case of bad defense and even worse offense.
Scott up top. On the wing, Eric Gordon. And Detroit again with the bucket.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Steve, nothing finer than having a star on your team who also makes everyone else feel better, feel involved, right?
You're totally right, Kevin. I talked to a lot of these general managers and owners, and they talk about they're looking for the unselfish star. Not just the star, the unselfish star. And what they mean by that, on the court, off the court, the guy that understands it's about team versus him.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Embiid, he's checked in for Thon Maker. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Scott. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Eric Gordon. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Smith. Luke passes to Ingles. And Embiid throws it down.
I like that play by Joe Ingles. He doesn't have anything he wants. Keeps the ball moving.
Here's Curry. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. And the Warriors lead by 9.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
The pass to Rozier. Launches a three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Rozier's got 5 points so far.
Not just a knockdown shooter. He does a great job of finding space for his shot.
Here's Curry. And the rejection by Embiid. To the paint. Here's Ingles. And he makes good on the layup. And now just a 4-point Warrior lead.
There's the work Ingles has put into his strength and conditioning. Takes the hit and still able to convert.
Curry kicks to Waiters. Back to Curry. Here's the teardrop. And he lays it up and in. Curry's got his second bucket of the night.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon.
Here's the floater. Embiid's shot is good.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
1:11 left in the second quarter. Here's Thibault. Ingles covering. Outside Curry. The dish to Waiters. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Kuzma. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic.
All right, a moment to check out the stats for Stephen Curry. Great showing for him last season. Last season, 27 points per, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And no secret, he can score the ball. #1 on the team last year.
He loves being the go-to guy. You can see it in his swagger. And boy, he sure lit it up last season.
Kuzma, left side. There's Embiid. Warriors with the rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Here's Thibault. Here's Green, and plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And Detroit gets called for the foul.
Great decision from Draymond to go up into the D there with his big body. Such an intelligent player.
It's his first trip to the line. The first free throw is good. Both teams will make substitutions. And both free throws good for Green.
The 2017 Defensive Player of the Year, Draymond's biggest advancements have really come on the offensive end.
Smith with it. Baseline jumper. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so that's the end of the first half. The Warriors on top. They're up by 6. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
So it's Golden State who's out on top at the half. They have a 6-point lead. Kenny, what's your take?
We know Draymond Green can be effective without scoring, but that doesn't mean he can't score. Hits open jump shots, he's physical going to the rim. They just kept calling his number in the first half.
Check. What'd you think about the Pistons?
Aggressive. I called them up earlier. I like it. They're taking it hard to the rack, dictating the pace, setting the physical tone. You're not going to get that by launching threes all night. Everybody knows that.
And that's a wrap. With the...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One of the stories here, Draymond Green getting it done today.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
You know, you almost take it for granted. You look at his numbers from the first half, they're just expected at this point.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Joe Ingles. Then there's Terry Rozier. Then it's Joel Embiid, and it's Gordon in at the 2. That's the group for Detroit right now. Pass to Curry. A floater, and he sinks the layup. Curry's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Warriors. Pistons trail by 8.
Well, he might have come into the league as a shooter, but Klay Thompson is so much more than that now. He's a complete weapon on the offensive end. Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
Gordon against Curry. Detroit with the rebound. And with Thompson in his offensive arsenal, it's something he's worked on.
He has, and most people see Clay as this carefree shooting guard, but he's worked hard to improve his game. His post game, he's finishing at the rim better, and his mid-range has been fantastic. He's improved due to the time he spent in the gym.
Ingles can't get it to go. Warriors leading by 5. Here's Thompson. Green, the pass to Thompson. Passes it to Thibault. Reverses, and Nurkic finishes inside. And the Warriors lead by 7.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Back to Kuzma. And the layup is good. Kuzma's got his first points of the night.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Curry, good.
He is at a different level when you start talking about handling the basketball. One of the best to ever do it.
And here is Rozier. He has 5. And they double up Embiid. Nurkic with the block. Now here's Curry. It's stolen by Ingles. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Here's Gordon. He's off on that one. Great D that time from Nurkic. Here's Thompson. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside. Well, one area that has slowed the Pistons the last decade is their player development.
Yeah, GA, you look at their roster, very few homegrown players. The Pistons haven't had a lot of hits with their first-round picks. To be a top team, you need to have a front office that can build from within.
So both teams changing it up here. Here's Gordon. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Gordon's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
Here's Nurkic. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Gordon kicks to Scott. Pass to Mikhailuk. 5 to shoot. And Smith puts up a deep 3. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
Smith dishes to Scott. He kicks to Gordon. Offline with his 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Curry. Not going to go that time. And the Pistons now going the other way. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Gordon finds Scott. Now Smith, guarded by Curry. Outside Gordon. From deep 3-point range, again the miss by the Pistons. Waiters outside Curry. This one for 3, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Golden State Warriors. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We've got more in store for you right after this. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today. We get going in quarter number 4. On the court for Golden State here in the 4th. They've got Marquise Chris. He's out there with Mike Muscala. Steph Curry's out there with Klay Thompson. And it's Bowman in at the point. Well, when he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon the last few seasons has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure, he always has the green light.
The pass to Bowman. It's stolen by Maker. Smith against Curry. Right at the free throw line. Smith, no good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And that one drops.
This is what Steph gives you. The sizzle and the steak. The highlights and the plays where he just grinds it out.
Smith, the pass to Gordon. Steph Curry with the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Just some grown man strength from Thompson there. His ability to shake off hard hits and still drain shots is admirable.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Maker. Joe Ingles comes in for Scott, and it's Rozier in for Dennis Smith. There's Gordon with the three. Here's Embiid, count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with a broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. They just got to make sure they protect him.
Continuing to stoke the fire, his shot making has been absolutely superb.
Pass to Ingles. In the corner, it's Gordon. Shot from the wing. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
What a turnaround for him since the half. More aggressive and more effective.
Timeout called the Warriors. Greg, this season is the first time in the last 4 or 5 years that Golden State will not be the prohibitive favorites to win it all.
I mean, back-to-back devastating injuries in the finals. Kevin Durant departing in free agency with time and health. Will they retake the throne? So we'll just have to wait and see.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the break. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
Thank you, David. To the inside, Embiid. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Embiid's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Curry against Rozier from the arc. And that's good. Steph Curry for 3. Curry's got 9 points here in the second half. Now a timeout called by Detroit. They trail by 14. There's 1:54 left to play here in the fourth. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Klay Thompson.
And he's had the hot hand tonight, Kevin, no doubt about it. He's gotten his field goal percentage up over 60, and you're only going to get it that high when you're taking good, smart shots.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players.
He goes to the bounce pass there. Nice rhythm at the end of the play.
Rozier against Curry. Kicks to Green. Nurkic trying to get open. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Over to the left wing. Rozier against Curry. Here's Rozier. Pass to Gordon. Over Thompson. And the basket by Gordon. So it's the Warriors now.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Warriors.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And after dropping game one in this matchup, they managed to take the second of a three-game season series. No question, that's a morale booster.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Klay Thompson.
What was impressive to me, it felt like he made an impact in so many areas. Some of the effort won't show up in the stat sheet, but I noticed it.
So Detroit ends up going with the new group. Well, whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny that Draymond Green is one of the more unique players in the league.
There really isn't anyone else like Draymond. I mean, who does everything for a team but score. I mean, not only can he play all positions on both ends of the floor, but also to be the emotional leader. Truly a special player.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. 4 on the shot clock. From deep. A shot off that time.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening. And for Orlando, Fournier and Gordon on the wings. Hachimura out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Russell in at the 1 spot. Holiday on target from 13 feet. Holiday's got the opening field goal of the game for the Pelicans. On opening night, Clark, both teams would love to start off, obviously, on a winning note.
Without question. I mean, setting that winning tone, gaining that confidence that comes from winning, and they all count. Wins today are just as important as wins that you get in March and April.
A tall and powerful big. Drummond has a natural ability to finish inside.
Holiday, the pass to Ingram. That shot misses. Gordon with the defensive effort. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. Fournier's shot is off.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
The Magic have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Russell feeling it out a bit. Clock at 6. Kicks it to Gordon from deep 3-point range, and the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Holiday with it, defended now by Fournier. Lets a floater go, and Holiday with the nice bucket inside. Holiday's got his second basket of the night.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Russell passes to Gordon. Here's Drummond. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Chicago. The rebound by Steven Adams.
You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
Ingram kicks the ball. Back to Ingram. New Orleans moving it around. Outside Holiday. Off target from 3-point range. Orlando's gone 0-3 from 3-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And out of Japan, a real interesting prospect. Hachimura, especially now that he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, he found the 3-ball in his last year of college, hitting over 40%. You combine that with the size, the motor, he is really versatile, and I feel like he's putting it all together.
For the New Orleans Pelicans, their last game a loss to the Kings. Ball feeling it out a bit. Outside Holiday. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. 7 points for Drew Holiday. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
And you talk about the best defensive head coaches in the league. Steve Clifford has to be on that short list.
I would agree with you, partner. I mean, his teams play hard, they play smart, they play with discipline, and that usually is a reflection of the coach, and a good one.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. And here is Carter Williams. His last outing with 20 points. Pass to Bagley. 2 on the clock. Here's Carter Williams. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him.
And Carter Williams really quite comfortable on the block. I mean, the D doing all they can, but in the end, he's just too good down there.
Here's Alexander Walker. Pass to Melly. Orlando grabs the miss. Bob pass to Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
And when Gordon is launched and in the air like that, he's a mesmerizing guy to keep an eye on and just get out of the way.
There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Moore against Gordon. Here's the 3, and another 3 for New Orleans.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
To the paint, here's Bagley. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Yeah, just great instincts there in the pick and roll. Like how fierce Bagley cuts after setting the pick.
Now Reddick He's still scoreless so far in this one. From deep. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. It's all tied in Orlando. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. And guys, for the Magic, what jumps out to you so far, numbers-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for New Orleans right now, they've got Etuan Moore. J.J. Redick is out there with Favors, and it's Melly in at the power forward position. Here's Alexander Walker, and he lobs it up toward the rim, stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Clemens, and he banks in the layup. Here's Alexander Walker.
And you look out there at the Magic, one of the taller teams in our league.
And, you know, that's a philosophical bent for the front office. They want long, athletic players. Draft guys with great length and then develop their strength and skill level. And I actually kind of like that approach. Have a philosophy, stick to it, and be true to it.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. He's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, "It's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling." And Kevin, given how it started for him in L.A., many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you. Here's Ingram after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. Here's Holiday. Bagley with the rebound. Ingram against Russell. There's the pass to Fournier. A second chance effort. Combo dishes to Bagley. Fournier against Favors. Clock at 4. Trying his luck from deep. Pelicans pull it in. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That will be the fourth of the string of 5 played on the road.
Yeah, you know, you look at Ingram, and it's not all about scoring with him. He shows he shares the ball as well.
Redick against Russell. Fournier with the ball. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Outside Russell. Redick with the double team. Stolen away. Now here's Ingram. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Sacramento. Outside, Redick. Back to Holiday. Melly passes to Holiday. Just 5 on the clock. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Holiday's got 4 this quarter. And Clark, when you were playing, I imagine the pre-draft process was a lot different than it is today.
No doubt about it. I mean, I came out in 1982 after my junior year, Kevin. At that time, if you were a guy who was declaring early, you basically just had to go on whatever knowledge and information you could get from whoever, because there was no allowing you. You weren't allowed to go to a workout. Teams could interview you, but there were no on-court workouts, so it was totally different than today.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And the EuroLeague's top scorer last season, Nicolo Melli, had turned down some NBA offers in the past, decides to make the leap to join the Pelicans, and gives them a highly skilled player in that front court.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Andre Drummond's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. And it's Hachimura in for Carter Williams.
This is what Drummond is known for, fellas. I mean, assertive, aggressive, relentless, hard-working. He's just a dogged offensive rebound.
Now, here's Ball. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Sacramento.
And it was not a one-man show. That was the best part. He had just as good a game with his passing as he did with his scoring. And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Fournier against Holiday. From 13, Fournier's shot is off.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Moore outside. Goes back up. Adams. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Here is Russell. From deep three-point range, so that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Pelicans lead by 4. And now let's catch up. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. If you look at the second quarter scoring, they had a small edge. They really hung tough as we got close to halftime. Kenny, your thoughts? How the And that should do it with the second half about.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. An exceptional performance from Drew Holiday.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Fournier and Gordon on the wing. Andre Drummond is out there with Hachimura. And it's Russell in at the point. This is out there for Orlando. Here's Drummond. That one misses. Adams, some nice D. To the middle. That's good from Holiday on the assist from Ingram. And it's 13 points for Drew Holiday.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Right side, Russell. Just 5 to shoot. Jacks up a 3, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And here's what the schedule for Orlando looks like. On Sunday, they'll host the Charlotte Hornets. Then on Tuesday, they'll head out on the road to face the Pistons in Detroit. Holiday against Fournier. High, arcing shot, and it's Orlando with the rebound. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Ball against Russell. Gordon outside. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Gordon's got 5.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
From the low block, and he drops that one in. And the Pelicans lead by 5.
You got to be composed when you go inside, knowing that you're going to have some contact and resistance facing you. Ball unafraid to get it deep inside.
Here's Fournier. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
Outside Holiday. He kicks it to Williamson. And the dunk by Williamson.
And the defense learned a valuable lesson there. Don't let Williamson get to that launching pad around the rim.
Outside Russell. Off target from outside.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday for the Magic. Biombo, he's checked in for Gordon. And it's Carter Williams in for Russell. J.J. Redick's checked in for the Pelicans. Pass to Biombo. To the inside. Drummond. And Adams sends it back. Williamson kicks the ball. Passes it to Williamson. Over Carter Williams. Again, the Pelicans score.
And when Ball has the ball, it's in good hands. He can run the offense, no doubt.
And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
Ball against Carter Williams. And it's sent back by Drummond.
A high motor keeps Drummond engaged defensively. He doesn't want to let any shots go in.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Ingram finds ball. 1:06 left in the third quarter of the game. The shot, no good. The Magic go the other way with it. And talking to stars in this league, even they want to see what Williamson's going to do next.
Sure.
We talk about the leaping ability at his size, the handles, the shot making. But what really stands out when you watch him live, the instincts. Being at the right place at the right time and always seeming to make the right play.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And the second free throw, good.
The Syracuse alum, Carter Williams, a combo guard with really outstanding court vision and excellent speed.
Moore outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And so Moore nails both of them. And it's Carter Williams with the ball for the Orlando Magic. 4-point game. There's 25 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Hachimura. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's up a 3. It's rebounded by Derek Favors. Outside, Redick. And the Pelicans miss again. And we've reached the end of the third. New Orleans on top, leading by 4. Don't go anywhere. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. So for New Orleans right now, Holiday and Moore, the guards. Then there's Favors. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Melly in at the 4.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give.
Bucket is good.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Holiday, the pass to Melly. Yes, that goes in. Melly's got the lead back up to 7 now for New Orleans. The Magic shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Russell passes to Gordon. Over Moore. And Orlando again with the bucket.
Gordon's jumper really looking good, showing you how dangerous he is from the mid-range.
Moore outside. Holiday dishes to Redick. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. first minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. And here's Russell. Down low. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Thrown down with force. Drummond with great feel around the rim. Now, usually he's one of the leading dunkers in the NBA because he doesn't waste any time or motion in there.
Pass to Melly. Lets it go with the three. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got his third assist on the night. Russell against Holiday. Floats one up. Bagley with a wide open look. No good on the triple.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
And Moore kicks to Holiday. Back to Moore. The three. And another three for New Orleans.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
You know what? Teams can get a little three happy down the stretch sometimes. Letting it fly.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Drew Holiday.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
If he could only contribute like this for them every night, you can't overstate how much better it makes this team when he has a game like this. And on the road, no less. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I had a chance to find out what Steve Clifford talked about with his players. He said if we're going to pull this out, we have to do it as a team. We have to rely on one another, trust one another, and help one another. Let's go get this. Devin, back to you.
Thanks so much, David.
Just a freight train going downhill. No one willing to step in front of the massive Williams.
Ball against Russell. In the corner, it's Gordon. Here's Hachimura. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Ingram outside. The pass to Holiday. And here is Williamson. Pass the ball. 5 on the clock. Teardrop shot. New Orleans moving the ball around. Inside with 1 on the clock. And Adams with the slam.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Here's Russell. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
Excelling in the pick and roll back at the Ohio State University. Russell bringing that skill along with him to the NBA. That skill travels well.
Here's Ingram. No good that time. And Orlando will come the other way. To the paint. It's good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
He doesn't bleed blood, but he bleeds cold blood ice. Russell tearing hearts out down the stretch.
They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, Sade comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
Those are critical foul shots. Love to see him knock them down there.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 7. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
There's 21 seconds left in the game. Lets it go from deep. The shot will not fall. Now Adams. So we see the Pelicans get the win here. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this before we... It sure can. All right, D.A., thanks. Here are the five for the Raptors. Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Lowry out there with Thomas. And it's DeRozan in at the small forward. And for Minnesota, we've got Beasley. Randall out there with Thomas Bryant. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. And it's Fultz in at the one spot. And there's the pass to Randall. Over Siakam. Randall no good. And so Siakam will bring it up for the Raptors. A seventh pick back in 2014. Julius Randle goes about, 6'9", 240 pounds, Smitty. And he is one tough customer.
Yes, indeed, Kevin. A bruising paint present Julius Randle is. When he attacks the rim, he'll bulldoze defenders right out of the way. And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
Here's Fultz. The 15-footer. Here's Bryant. Banked in off the glass.
And an efficient start here offensively, working it inside for the easy two.
Now here's Lowry. Not a lot of room. Ibaka outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
Stretching the floor for Ibaka. This shot's become second nature.
Beasley, the pass to Fultz. Over Lowry. Fultz, no good. Here's Thomas. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
A good find by Kyle Lowry. Doesn't always get enough credit for his vision.
Beasley, the pass to Isaac. Now Bryant. DeRozan defending. Fultz looking around. Shot clock at 6. over Lowry. Fultz, no good.
They are out of rhythm. 1 for 5 so far. You just need to calm down and reward your matchups.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that.
Outside Bryant. He feeds it to Fultz. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
And the shot goes in from Siakam.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
Well, last season, Pascal Siakam more than doubled his scoring. Dramatic improvement as a shooter from the perimeter and the line.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Taj Gibson's checked in for Bryant. Bobby Portis comes in for Randall. Okogie's checked in for Jonathan Isaac. And it's Trier in for Beasley. Pass to Portis. The three. Good on the three-point shot. And we've seen his shooting improve. But Siakam also very dangerous off the bounce.
Yeah, reason why, Kevin, he's becoming a great ball handler. They trust him to press the attack and to get into the lane.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Here's Trier. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Trier with the rebound. And Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
McCaw misses.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off. Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. It's Hollis Jefferson, top of the key. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. On the free throw, no good. Timberwolves trail by 4. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And the basket by Okogie. And so it's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. To the left wing. Here's McCaw. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Raptors lead by 2. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. Now a veteran in the NBA, Serge Ibaka, talked about his role on this team.
I like to do all those little things, running up and down, blocking shot, and straight to floor.
And Ibaka, Greg, a great complimentary play.
And you like his combination of size and skill, able to impact the game at both ends on a high level.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
They just look hungrier out there. They don't mind taking the pounding.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Minnesota, Trier out there with Markelle Fultz. Going to it's Taj Gibson. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Okogie in at the 3. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, one of the reasons Toronto was able to win the NBA championship was the astronomical improvement from Pascal Siakam, who was recognized as the league's most improved player. It was the dream of Pascal's late father that he'd reach this level, and his determination to make that reality has brought him a long way from home. Kevin?
It has indeed, D.A. Great story, and thank you. Here's McCall, guarded by Fultz. From a low trauma perspective, Steve, which stars do you think would be the easiest to play alongside and be their teammate?
I think Kawhi Leonard for sure, Kevin. Doesn't say much, just goes out and plays. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Jokic, a lot of those superstars. I think Paul George is another guy that goes out and just plays. So there's a few out there that would love to play alongside.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Gibson. Julius Randle comes in for Portis. Isaac's checked in for Josh Okogie. And it's Beasley in for Fultz. Pass to Ibaka. There's Siakam. Just 5 on the clock. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Thomas outside. And the Raptors miss again. Timberwolves trail. And it's Beasley in the corner. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Yeah, love watching Isaac find the open teammate. Has great floor awareness out there and just knows when one of his guys has a clean look.
Lowry for 3. Doesn't go for him. And Minnesota will come the other way. Here's Trier. Passes it to Isaac. Randle left side. The Timberwolves working the ball around. And Beasley, here we go. Excellent D from Thomas. Toronto, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. The pass to Ibaka. 3-pointer, Lowry. It's Lowry again missing. Timberwolves have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. It's Beasley on the wing. There's 1:38 left in the first half of basketball. Trier from long range. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
This is the shot you want to get him. An open look from range.
Lowry looking around. Beasley against Thomas. Out to the right wing. Lowry inside the line. And the Raptors miss again.
I don't know how many misses that is in a row, but I know it's ugly.
Trier uses the glass to finish the layup. Now it's a 6-point Minnesota lead.
They are just killing them on the interior.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And the Raptors call time here. The 6th hit back in 2017. 6'10" Jonathan Isaac out of Florida State. Greg, what have you seen from him?
Came in somewhat raw. Potential as a rangy defender. Offensively, though, still a ways to go.
Left side Lowry. Pass to Siakam. Just 5 to shoot. With the floater. Bryant with the rebound.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Offensive rebound.
No doubt the size of Isaac is a problem for the defense. Excellent at using that long frame to draw contact.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And I like what he did at the line a season ago. How about 81%?
And the first one drops.
And the overall skill set that Isaac possesses really off the charts. A big man who can run the floor, but also with that wingspan can defend the rim.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. 19 seconds left to play in the first half. Now, here's Lowry, guarded by Fultz. Outside Lowry to stop the drought. Here's Gasol. And the last shot of the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Minnesota in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. It was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. During one stretch, they trailed by 7, never falling behind too far. They were... And that'll...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Raptors trail by 8. And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Thomas is out there with Lowry, and it's DeRozan in at the 3 slot.
Keeping the dribble, inviting contact. DeRozan's become a master at converting these.
Back to Fultz. Isaac passes to Bryant. To the middle. Here's Fultz. Takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
To the inside. Randall. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And the Raptors took some heat to parting ways with reigning Coach of the Year, Dwayne Casey. But his successor, Nick Nurse, guided this franchise to an NBA title.
Tremendous self-belief and determination. The only NBA head coach who was also a head coach in college, the G League, and overseas. He's been preparing for this for a long time.
Thomas surveying the D. Pass to Siakam. Just 4 to shoot. Beasley with the rebound. Minnesota leading by 11. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto last season, Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. He has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. Thomas kicks to DeRozan. Passes to Ibaka. Now Lowry beyond the arc. Randall grabs the board. Beasley against Thomas. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Thomas got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. It's good. Thomas got his 3rd basket of the night.
That's good planning, and that's good execution, and that's a great look.
Minnesota calls timeout. Steve, I know you like this, that the 3-point shot is having such an effect on the league, actually transforming the NBA. Are you surprised? how fast all this is happening?
I am. I'm surprised that so many teams are adopting this transformation of shooting a three ball, because there are some teams and there's some players, I know they shoot it, Kevin, but they shoot at such a low percentage. If you have the guys that can shoot it, you should adopt it. If not, you got to find another way of winning ball games. There's nothing wrong with having a great mid-range team that can knock down mid-range jumpers.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Taj Gibson's checked in for Thomas Bryant. Portis comes in for Julius Randle. And Okogie subbed in for Beasley. On deep. Fultz, no good.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
Here's DeRozan. Great D that time from Gibson.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
I like seeing this aggressiveness from Isaac, utilizing his amazing length to his advantage to get to the line.
The Toronto Raptors are an elite defensive group. Reasons why they're long, they're smart, and they're experienced.
Now the pass to DeRozan. Shoots over Isaac, and it comes off the front of the rim. Minnesota leading by 9. To get open is Gibson.
Yeah, you got to push Isaac out of the paint. Once he's got that position, he is going to be all over the rim.
Here's DeRozan. Rebound, Minnesota. .51 seconds left here in the third quarter. And here's Fultz. Lets it go from 11, and DeMar DeRozan pulls it down.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Fultz, the pass to Portis. Back to Fultz. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. It's stolen by DeRozan.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
But you know, this is where your patience is tested. If you shoot too quickly, you give your opponent a chance to close out the quarter.
Outside Gasol. Siakam outside. Three-pointer. No good there. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Timberwolves leading by 9. We've got Isaac. Taj Gibson is out there with Portis. And there's Fultz. And it's Okogie in at the 2-guard. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Fultz dishes to Gibson. It's not going to go for him. Some solid defense from Gasol. And DeRozan. Here we go. And DeRozan throws it down.
Right in the teeth of that defense, DeRozan explosive through contact.
Minnesota's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Here's Okogie. DeRozan defending. Raptors trail by 7. Lowry passes to Gasol. Yep, it counts.
What you know about Marc Gasol's game is he has a fantastic feel working down there in the interior.
And the Timberwolves call time here. And just like his brother Powell, Marc Gasol active in humanitarian causes.
I mean, we saw him volunteering on rescue boats in the Mediterranean. Marc doing his part, but also bringing attention to that humanitarian crisis.
Some changes for Minnesota. Ryan is checked in for Gibson. Randle comes in for Portis, and it's Malik Beasley in.
Showing not just the dominance, but the creativity. Randle with the highlight reel play.
Here's Thomas. From down in the low post, it goes.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Timberwolves leading by 5. Pass to Randle. The 10-footer. Second shot opportunity, and Bryant with the lay-in.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Thomas passes to Lowry. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Lowry's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pass to Randall. Lays it up off the glass. And the Timberwolves lead by 6.
So dangerous in the paint. Randall with a good mix of power, skills, and balance.
Lowry from outside. It doesn't go for him. Timberwolves go the other way with it.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Here's Randall, and again it's Minnesota converting.
The big lefty polishing all aspects of his game, including the jumper from mid-range.
Now Lowry. With some art, he lays it in.
That's nice work, stopping short of the rim, just laying it over the top.
And it's Fultz with the ball for the Timberwolves. 6-point game. Here's Randall. Boucher with the rebound.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Nice look there from Kyle Lowry, the Villanova Wildcat.
Fultz with the ball. Wants to get to Randall and does. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Dating back to his days at Kentucky, Randall can be counted on for big buckets.
Toronto calls timeout. They're behind by 5. 1:43 left in the fourth. Now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Julius Randle.
And the D tried to get physical with him down low tonight, and it really backfired. Instead, he's just tore them up. He was aggressive, inviting the contact, and really just taking it straight to him.
Siakam is checked in for the Raptors. DeRozan comes in for Hollis Jefferson. Passes it to Fultz. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. 5 to shoot. Randall no good.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Now here's Fultz. Down low.
That's 250 pounds coming down on the rim. Randall attacking with ferocity.
Toronto, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. DeRozan against Randall. And it's sent back by Bryant. And he commits the intentional foul. Here's Fultz. And Thomas over to help. Randall finds Isaac. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Out to the wing from deep. The shot comes out. Now Toronto takes it the other way.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
And even if they make it, they need an immediate foul no matter who catches the ball.
And an intentional foul right there.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6.
When it comes to addressing his weaknesses, the right hand, the range, Randall has put in the work.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
And no mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion.
Toronto calls timeout. They're trailing by 7. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
I just think they have to focus on the moment. Don't worry about the score. Worry about executing the next play.
Got it.
Stepping up with the game on the line, Marc Gasol delivering in the clutch.
And they go to the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line. No good. Outside Thomas. It's money from deep.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside. It just doesn't matter.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Shooter 2.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So it gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
And that's a wrap. Those free throws being the nail in the coffin.
Here's Ibaka. No good from outside. And so the Timberwolves take the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
Telepon yung ata ako nandito. Nandito sa din. Pero hindi pa sa hindi nagamit ko. Sabi ko, hindi na rin.
Dragic is out there with Iguodala. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Rudy Gay. And it's Butler in at the small forward. And for Memphis, Jackson is out there with Justice Winslow. Then it's Morant. Then it's Turner. And it's LeVert in at the two-guard position. And tonight might be a low-scoring affair, Chris. Talk about what makes these teams we're going to see here is so great defensively.
Well, one thing is length. When you have length, you have guys that can switch any position. And when you're able to switch, it makes it easier because in a pick and roll, if you have to get through one slight second of being late, oh, you're going to lose your man. But when you switch, your other defender is already in front of the man. And so I think it's the length, switching, and also that help side defense, that shot blocking coverage from the weak side.
That effort, though, is always there in all those different scenarios, isn't it?
Oh, you're right. Length means nothing without effort. You got to have heart to play.
And that one's good. Morant.
Much more than just the perimeter threat. Morant loves to sneak inside and do damage.
Now Dragic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gay right side. That's a 2 from Butler. Grizzlies with the rebound.
Setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
To the wing on the left. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul. On the wing, Jackson. He's covered by Gay. Now here's Morant. He's guarded closely. Misses from close range. And that one's good by Butler.
Getting out on the break. Butler completes the transition play.
Now here's Morant. He's guarded by Dragic. Three-pointer, LeVert. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Greg, a new look roster for the Grizzlies. They got a lot more athletic this past summer.
Well, John Moran and Brandon Clark, their first-round picks, two of the more explosive players in the draft. The Grizzlies last in the league in pace last season. They may have cause to accelerate that tempo this year.
They've come out with guns blazing. 4 for 5 from the field. They've got the deep.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, and it's Morant missing.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
Shots good from Butler.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, and Greg, they've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and then that helps account for their lead.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. And you look at Jimmy Butler. Goes about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. The Heat also changing it up. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Gay. Robinson comes in for Andre Iguodala. And Hero subbed in for Goran Dragic. And here we go. It's Butler. And slam dunk by Butler.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
Here's Clark. 1:36 left to play in the first. No good, unable to end this run. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Taylor Jenkins and I shared a few minutes together. And he said Jimmy Butler poses a challenge. One of the top wing players in the league and one of the hardest workers. You have to bring your heart at or he'll embarrass you. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. And Butler sends it back.
You can't throw a weak shot from Butler this way. His shot blocking ability, impressive.
Derek Jones, he's checked in for Adebayo. 1:07 left here in the opening quarter. Back to Clark. Unable to get that one. And Miami the other way now. Here's Hero. defended by Jones, and slam dunk by Butler.
And the connection Butler has with his teammates, he knows when they're going to throw it his way.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. And with this summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
Now here's Brooks. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Clark. Olynyk is covering. No good from Clark.
A scoreless quarter for him. I mean, you can see by his body language that he's getting discouraged.
19 seconds left to play here in the first. Robinson misses. Jones up top. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought. From deep three-point range, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Miami Heat up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Tough-nosed Jimmy Butler talks about the mantle of being a franchise player.
Call me a leader, all-star, whatever you want to call me.
And that's what he worked for. And he works as hard as anyone, Greg, in the NBA.
And you see that competitiveness and desire in his play.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Heat team out there.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Miami, Butler and Olynyk, the forward duo. Hero out there with Robinson. And it's Jones in at the 5 spot. Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Jones. Jaren Jackson comes in for Clark. Winslow's checked in for Milton. And it's Morant in for Jones. Rudy Gay's checked in for Miami. Dragic comes in for Hero. The Heat leading by 10.
And purely from a physical standpoint, John Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight. And few players are more explosive athletically.
Now here's Morant. After the miss from Goran Dragic. Morant. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah. This kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
LeVert's checked in for Brooks. The Heat also with the sub. Iguodala's checked in. Now here's Iguodala. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. 6 on the shot clock. Jones finds Iguodala from about 19 feet. Again, the miss by the Heat. The Grizzlies trail by 8. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school. I do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage. Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Dragic. That falls. Nice speed that time from Andre Iguodala. Dragic has got his first bucket of the night. Morant dishes to Turner. And the pass to LeVert. He kicks it to Winslow. It's hauled in by Gay. The Heat leading by 10.
And the Grizzlies in the final game of last season, making a franchise record 21 3-pointers in a blowout win against the defending champion Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, perhaps a template going forward for them, GA. I mean, turning the page from the grit and grind to a new style of play.
Here's Jackson. The Heat getting the bucket, and Rudy Gay picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Bam Adebayo is checked in for the Heat. Jackson kicks to Morant. Another shot, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. They get Andre Iguodala.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Clark comes in for Turner, and Jones subbed in for Morant. And then for Miami, Jimmy Butler comes in for Derek Jones. And Hero subbed in for Goran Dragic. Shots good by Hero. Hero's got his first points of the game.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah. Horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
Now here's LeVert. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Right. It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Here's Gay. Over Jackson. Here's Adebayo. Stolen by LeVert. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Looking for Winslow. He gets it there. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Winslow's got it back down to within single digits for Memphis. 30 seconds left in the first half. Gay with it. Guarded now by Jackson. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
Defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Jackson finds LeVert. From deep. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Miami Heat holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Big time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He had 12 points, 2. And that'll do it.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
They've got Turner. Winslow is out there with Jackson. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Morant in at the point guard position. And that's the group for Taylor Jenkins as we begin the second half.
And the veteran Goran Dragic still producing late in his career. Not the force he once was, but always a source of playmaking and scoring.
Well, you look at the career of Dragic, Greg, he's always been a scoring point guard.
Yeah, and as Dragic has aged, he has learned to lean more and more on his outside shot. Even when his first step and speed start to falter, he'll find ways to put up points.
Here's Morant after the made shot from Andre Iguodala. Morant with it. 6 points for him. It's LeVert on the wing. 4 on the clock. Good on the leaner. LeVert's got his second basket of the night.
Well, this is why Morant's teammates love to play alongside him. I mean, exceptional vision, and he's incredibly unselfish.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
He always wants to give him some numbers, and tonight he's giving them plenty.
The Grizzlies trail by 12. Here's Morant. And it's Miami with the rebound. Adebayo's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Shot's good by Gay.
How's that for a start? Good on all 3 attempts so far in the second half.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. League has cracked down, C-Web, on flagrants. Players leaving the bench. Do you think we need to be as strict about it as we've been?
Oh, I love the attention to detail the league is given on flagrants. So you don't want the flagrants of the past. My friend Kevin McHale, he says Rambis just ran into his elbow. That wasn't even a flagrant foul on that play, if anybody remembers that old play that I'm talking about back in the Celtics-Laker days. But how about today? My thing, Kevin, is just don't call it ticky-tack a flagrant. I think we all know what a flagrant is. Let's keep the new flagrants as flagrants and no flopping. If you flop, no flagrants. Games are too important. You don't want that flagrant 1, flagrant 2, a shot and the ball. It can change the momentum of the game. I think the league and the refs are doing a great job. Let's just not let those ones that aren't flagrant sneak in there because of flopping.
And Chris, what about players leaving the bench when there's something going on?
Well, I'll tell you what, the league has always been great about that. And now what's funny is if you watch the games, there's an assistant coach that is designated just when he sees a scuffle on the floor. His only job is to run to the end of the bench and stand at the line with his arms out so no player can cross him. So not only is the league taking steps, not only are players mindful of it, but now you have an assistant coach that's only job is to stand up there and to be an obstacle so that no players can step that foot across the line. It changes series. It causes big fights. It puts fans in harm's way. We just don't need it.
Here's Dragic, following the basket by John Morant. Robinson passes to Butler. Kicks it to Olynyk over Brooks. Olynyk can't hit.
It isn't the D that causes that miss. That's just a loss of concentration that time.
Brooks, left side.
Come to me.
Here's Melton. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And it's Morant missing.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Oh, from role player to star, Butler's transformation has been fun to watch. Now he racks up points with ease.
Now here's Morant. Here's Turner. It's deflected. Robinson up top. To the paint. Here's Adebayo. Good work defensively by Turner.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
And the basket is good.
An improved playmaker who does a solid job distributing the rock. Don't sleep on Brooks' vision.
Now here's Dragic. Defense is right there. Makes it off the glass. Dragic has got 6 points.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, very aggressive. I mean, he takes on the challenge with no hesitation.
Now here's Morant. 8 points for him. That's tipped.
He's disappeared this quarter. He can't get anything to drop. That's not going to help him get out of the hole.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Dragic dishes to Butler. And they double up Butler. Back to Dragic. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Dragic has got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, I think Jimmy Buckets has underrated vision. He's more than capable of spotting open teammates and distributing the quarter.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Heat as they wrap up the third quarter with a tremendous 17-6. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play right there.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court for the Heat, Bam Adebayo is out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's Iguodala. Then it's Jones. And it's Hero in at the point. From down low. Rebound by the Heat. Adebayo's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. And
that one falls for Jones. And so Jones nails both of them. The Grizzlies trail by 21. Jones looking for an opening. LeVert with a wide open look. And he's good on the 3-ball.
He's been as dependable as he always is. He can't do it all by himself, though.
Iguodala outside. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Tipped away. Inside. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Jones has got his 3rd assist on the night.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
Shot's good by Hero.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And it's Jones with the ball for the Grizzlies. They trail by 18. It's McGee in at the 5. And for Indiana, Brogdon and Oladipo, the backcourt duo. Parker out there with Vucevic, and it's Warren in at the 3 spot. Or 3, Westbrook. He can't get it to go. And Indiana will go the other way with it. Well, hard to believe that Russell Westbrook has now gone 3 consecutive seasons averaging a triple-double.
Remember, Kevin, just how much we were flipping out about the possibility of somebody doing this again since Oscar Robertson, and now Russell doing it 3 straight years. It's just a mind blow.
Now, here's Warren. Following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Brogdon against McGee. Fades back. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Good on the shot.
And Schroeder did not even have to think twice about that shot. This young man simply devours these chances inside.
Now, here's Brogdon. Pass to Oladipo. It's stolen by Schroeder. Lays it in off the breakaway.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Brogdon against Westbrook. taking his time here. Second chance shot. And Vucevic with the layup.
And a better box out save for the 2 points there.
Didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Pacers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Brogdon against Westbrook. Bounce pass from Brogdon. Down low, Warren. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
You don't want to give T.J. Warren, who's a gifted scorer, that kind of positioning. You're just gifting him points.
McGee finds Barnes. For 3, Westbrook. Victor Oladipo grabs the miss.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him. Well, last season, maybe not a lot talked about with regards to how it is that the Oklahoma City team played defensively. Now, that's coming on the foundation of Paul George on the perimeter, so somebody's going to have to step up in that void. But it was a strength of their team, and we'll see if these other players in these roles can make sure they consistently stay good on that end of the floor.
And there it is for him.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Griffin. And here is Barnes. Pass to Schroeder. 6 to shoot. Looking to end the run. It's rebounded by Indiana. Vucevic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Brent, going back to the defense, as the Thunder have lost some of their top scorers, guarding, defending has become a major emphasis.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting time in Oklahoma City for a lot of teaching to get done with these players who are going to have an opportunity to play minutes they have not played before. They look for length and athleticism and hopefully find some guys that have a defensive upside.
And first time of the game called for Oklahoma City.
Giving up a run here, can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a 4th? I'm not sure.
Checked in for JaVale McGee. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Barnes. Aaron Holiday is checked in for Dennis Schroeder. And Raul Neto subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Now here's Griffin. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Ferguson. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
The pass to Cannon. Over Noel. Thunder with the rebound. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Ferguson, and Cantor pulls it down.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Now here is Holiday, following the miss by Marcus Morris. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. That shot, no good. Now here's McConnell. Defense right on him. And he drops it in from the low post. And so it's Indiana in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And we'll be right back after this. Russell Westbrook has surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity with his teammates.
Throughout
years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader. Leadership was a huge thing, and I felt the way I reacted to certain plays. And
well, you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around them.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Pacers?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Hey, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And so in the game for the Pacers, Marcus Morris is out there with Doug McDermott. Then it's Enes Kanter. It's T.J. McConnell. And it's Satoransky in at the 2. Now here's McDermott. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Holiday, the pass to Griffin. Here's Ferguson, covered by Morris. Pass to Neto. Left side, Griffin. Shot clock at 5. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Lets it fly. Neto can't get it to go.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
McConnell passes to Kanter. Over Noel. Kanter's shot is off. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Out that one, the Indiana lead has been cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Holiday. In player development, Brent, what are some of the primary things that can be taught?
I think in today's game, what a lot of PD coaches are looking at, Kevin, is just decision making, playing out of the pick and roll and coming off into a spot where you're making the correct reads. It's much like, and you cover a lot of football, where you can talk to quarterbacks about their checkdowns. I think you can teach guys how it is that when they come off a screen, what's going to be available to them, and paint pictures for them so that when they're on the floor, they become second nature in terms of their decision making. That can be huge. And then the second thing is always player development, working on confidence in shooting the basketball. You just want guys to feel like whatever shot they're taking, they've got a great chance of making it.
Indiana shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Vucevic, he's checked in for Kanter. T.J. Warren comes in for Marcus Morris. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Satoransky. And Malcolm Brogdon subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Now here is McGee. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Westbrook against Oladipo. Scored the basket. His fourth. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Off the left rim and out.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
McGee with the block. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. Markers checked in for McDermott. .144 left here in the second. To the paint. Here's Brogdon. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Well, guys, Brogdon not a player that turns heads, but man, is he an efficient threat on the floor.
And he's been a great three-point shooter really since his rookie year. His field goal percentage continues to climb and has evolved into one of the best free throw shooters in the game.
Now here's Noel. Nobody near Schroeder. Drains it from beyond the arc. Schroeder's got 7 points in the game.
Right there, Dennis Schroeder shows some confidence by nailing the jumper.
Brogdon kicks to Oladipo. The dish to Vucevic. Warren against Barnes. Clock at 6. A wide open look here for Vucevic. Indiana again missing.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And it's Schroeder missing.
Defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Passes it to Brogdon. Here's Vucevic. A shot, no good. Excellent D that time there from McGee. He lobs it up.
I like to see this from Westbrook when he focuses on hitting his guys. It can make the entire team better.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game. Now Brogdon. He's got 5. Oladipo misses.
You take your time. You don't give them another possession.
And hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game. Yeah, that's not an assignment that I want there, Kevin. I'd rather do math homework than to try and cover that guy.
From deep three-point range, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Pacers lead by 4. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So it's Indiana who's out on top at the half. They are leading by 4. And that'll do.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. One guy who's been getting it done is Dennis Schroeder.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
So for Oklahoma City right now, they've got Harrison Barnes. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Russell Westbrook. Then there's Griffin, and it's McGee in at the center.
Man, we all saw that right there. Is he part beeline? Cat-like quickness and elevation from Westbrook.
Here's Brogdon, following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Brogdon against Westbrook. Vucevic. McGee with the block. Griffin looking around for the lead. Westbrook can't get it to go. And Brogdon has got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. And the dunk by Parker.
Pretty good awareness there from Malcolm Brogdon, capable of spotting the open teammate on that side of the ball.
Thunder trailing by 4. Left side Westbrook. From 15 feet away, the shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Westbrook's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And for Coach Billy Donovan of the Thunder, a lot on the line. In his last year of a 5-year contract with the team, the end result of this team will determine his future with the franchise.
Well, this team has never missed the playoffs under his watch, and the interesting thing with the massive trades that happened in the offseason, how much Billy Donovan gets the opportunity now to teach and coach this group of players.
Time called here of the Thunder side to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post. They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Neto, the pass to Barnes. He kicks to Holiday. It's a nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Griffin, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
And Griffin playing with heart. Like how he slams that one home right now, dominating in the paint.
Satoransky against Holiday. Pass to Morris. Good D by Barnes.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. On the wing, Morris. Second shot opportunity, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Harrison Barnes picks one up.
The strength and skill level of Cantor just too much to handle there.
T.J. Warren, he's checked in for Indiana. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Nerlens Noel checks in for Terrence Ferguson. Well, the book, Greg, is the same for Enes Kanter as it's always been. Great score inside, but his defense leaves you wanting.
And Kevin, at this point, he is who he is. I mean, for better or worse. Kanter is still a force off the bench to give a team some post presence in their second unit, but not sure he'll ever be a player to build around.
Here's Kanter, following the basket by Blake Griffin. Kanter kicks to McConnell. The shot missing, and it's Oklahoma City the other way. The shot by Holiday, nobody around. He nails it, and we're tied up. Holiday's got his second bucket of the night. Satoransky the pass to Morris. 59 seconds left to play here in the third. Barnes against Warren. Launches it. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
And if they're thinking, they can get a 2-for-1 here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what they're going to run here. Got to run a good play.
And that's a big boy dunk right there. He threw that down like a sledgehammer.
That is a violent attack on the rim. Now, here's Warren. Back to McConnell. Satoransky against Howard. The shot by Satoransky, no good. Over in the corner, Barnes. And a miss there on the triple. Satoransky with it, and Griffin sends it back. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's the Thunder. They lead by a bucket. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Ogden and Oladipo, the backcourt duo. Vucevic is out there with Parker, and it's Morris in at the small forward. That's the Pacers' 5. Now here's Griffin. It's stolen by Oladipo. Oladipo draws the double. And the wide open shot for Morris. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Morris has got himself on the board with 3 there. For 3, Westbrook, the offensive rebound, and finished off by Griffin.
Yeah, and that kind of activity, Kevin, helps Griffin to do so much more in this game. He's been tireless.
And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1-3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond. And great intensity here down the stretch. He's not one to shrink in the moment.
Take a look at him, locked in right now in this moment, wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking. I know people can't see you, Kevin, but you're doing what I'm doing. You're scratching your head to that turnover.
And Indiana shooting 41% for the game. Up top, Brogdon. He's covered by Westbrook, and that one's good, Brogdon.
Pretty effective floater there. Most point guards in the league have one of those in their bag of tricks. This time it's Brogdon.
Our timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And a player who flew under the radar last year, Malcolm Brogdon. Pacers wanted to add him over the summer. Got a hefty deal from Indiana to leave the Bucks. Exactly the kind of player that the Pacers need.
And the Thunder making a change here. Barnes has checked in, and we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. Not happy with the way this game is going. He said you're getting used out there on the perimeter. Inside the arc, we're doing some good things, but outside, we're a disaster. Tighten it up. Kevin, we'll see if they can close out on their shooters a little more effectively.
Thanks, David. Indiana leading. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they put the defense on the defense.
Brogdon outside. Oladipo outside. Clock at 4. Tigers from deep. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. McGee's got his 4th rebound in this one. It's good from Schroeder on the assist by Griffin. Griffin's got 4 assists now tonight.
Yeah, you don't want to leave people open when Blake Griffin has vision of the floor. He exploited the hole in the defense that time.
Now, here's Brogdon. Here's Oladipo, and again, it's Indiana.
A confidence shown from Oladipo. He wants that shot in that moment.
Westbrook passes to McGee. Barnes with it. Guarded now by Morris. Vucevic against Schroeder. Nobody near Barnes. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And Brogdon's got the ball here for the Pacers. They've only given up 5 points here in the 4th quarter. Barnes against Brogdon. Barnes dishes to Westbrook. It's rebounded by Indiana.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
1:14 left in the game. And it's McGee with the jam.
Well, you're going to play Westbrook on that pick and roll to shoot it. He's underrated in being a distributor.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Blake Griffin.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
T.J. Warren, who's checked in for Marcus Morris. Now, here's Oladipo. Here's Vucevic. Money!
The nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Here's Westbrook. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 2. 52 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Schroeder looking over the floor. No good off the back of the rim. And they are in the driver's seat.
Yes, they are. If they come away with points on this trip, Katie barred the door.
McGee with the block.
Points are an absolute must here.
Can't come away empty, GA. That would be the nail in the coffin.
Westbrook, Pacers with the rebound.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
He had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
2013 draft, Victor Oladipo out of Indiana becomes the 2nd overall pick, and he broke out in his first season with the Pacers. Nice to see him come back from this injury and start to make an impact.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're down by 4. 20 seconds left in the 4th quarter. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
It's funny, at this point in the game, the coach is asking the team to be perfect. They haven't been to this point.
offensive rebound. Westbrook passes to Schroeder, and here's Barnes for three. No good that time. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point. It's the first, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, that'll ice it right there. Not everybody can keep their composure at the line in such a big situation.
And so the Pacers take the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's good.
Thank you.